Hey y'all, can we talk? Can we talk for just a couple of minutes before I get into all of that intro and my name and all that lovely stuff? I have I, I, I'm trying to calm down from an incident that happened this morning. Um Let me try to get you in the right spot here. I think this thing tightens up, doesn't it? Or maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so a few days ago, something really fantastic happened, and one of my followers was interested in a couple of paintings. So I was like, great, just go over to my Instagram, pick out which ones you like, and I'll tell you how much they are and all that stuff. So she went over, found two that she liked. I told her how much they costed. And then I went ahead and called the UPS store to find out how much the shipping would be ahead of time because with all the prices and the inflation or whatever that's going on lately, I didn't know if it was going to be more or less than normally cost me to ship a painting. So I called and checked and told her, and we had everything. The price was worked out. So she sent it to me on PayPal. Well, it's been, I don't even know, y'all, 10 years. I don't know how long it's been since I used my PayPal account. I have like the Square, so when I go do art shows, I just slide people's credit card, through the Square and it keeps up with all my receipts and everything. So that's what I usually use. And so if somebody buys a painting from me and we're not in person, I've gotten all different kinds of routes from people sending me checks and money orders to oh, I guess, I mean, some point in the past, I've obviously used PayPal. So I didn't even know, like I went back and my Google still remembered my password. So I'm like, great, I do still have a PayPal account, but I wasn't really sure how to, like receive money and all that. But I got it all figured out, sent her an invoice, blah, blah, blah. So I told her because y'all know if you've watched my videos, if you know me, that I'm in college all week. And when I say that I'm in college all week, like I'm in college all week and most of the time on weekends because I've told y'all like it's so much that I just do it like a full-time job and then I put in more hours at night or on the weekends whenever like I get behind or I need to catch up. And yesterday I needed to put in a full day. So normally I don't even shut the computer off until 4 unless I have something else to do. I might go back in there at 6 or 8 or 10 or something and do more, but I normally will work like 9 to 4 and then shut it off. So I'm in school. Well, okay, so let me back up. So I told her that because I was in school, I would mail the paintings on Saturday. I didn't say what time on Saturday. My intention was to go when I was done with school, run over there at 4 o'clock. The store is not 7 minutes from my house, run over there and then come back. So she started texting me yesterday while I was in school saying, have you sent the painting yet? And I was like, no, I'm in school, but as soon as I get done with school, I'm going to run over there and send it. And as soon as I get the tracking number, because she wanted the tracking number, I said, as soon as I get the tracking number, I'll text you. Like as soon as I get it, I'll text you. Well, I'm in school and I'm already starting to get like, this lady is really concerned about this tracking. I'm like, I can sense already, in the waves that, uh, she's nervous about this or something. So I thought, let me just finish school early, run over there, send it out, send her the tracking number so she'll be okay and I can go back to my life, right? So I shut my computer off. I ran over to the UPS store in such a mad dash to get over there. I forgot the paintings. So I called my roommate. Y'all know my roommate, the ex. And I'm like, I forgot the dang paintings. Well, he had to go to Home Depot anyway, which is right across the street. So he's like, I'll bring the paintings over and then I'll run over to Home Depot. So I waited for him. He brought me the paintings. Now, it appeared as if when I was there that they were closing, um, which is weird because, like I told him, when I pulled up, I wasn't sure, what their hours were, and I looked on the thing and I saw 7:30, 7:30. So I'm like, well, I mean, obviously I'm good, because it was like 3:30, 3:30 or 4 o'clock, something like that. So anyway, I waited for him to bring. He brought me the paintings. The one of the employees left. The guy and me were talking about. He's like, I'm not very creative, and I was like, yeah, but you're probably really smart. Left brained. You're probably really good at like math and science, and we had a little chat about painting. He gives me my receipt and tells me that he highlighted the tracking number for me. So I get out to the car and I want to hurry up and send this lady the tracking number. You know what I mean? So I get out to the car and I don't have my glasses and I don't have a magnifying glass in my car. So I read off the tracking number as best as I possibly can and send it to her. And I said, I sent it. It's fine. You're going to get them on Wednesday. So I come back home. Now, then she sends me a message and says, you didn't tell me who you sent it. Was it, UPS or the post office or FedEx or whatever? And I'm like, UPS. So then this morning I woke up and what was the first message this morning? Um, Something about she didn't have the tracking number wasn't right. She didn't have the right tracking number. And uh I got out the receipt. I took a picture of the track number so that I couldn't, call it out wrong or something. And I sent her the screenshot of the track number on the receipt. So she messages me back what she believes that tracking number says. And there's some things she's got wrong. Like there's a 2 on there, or she thinks it's a 2, but it's a Z. And there's another one on there that she thinks is a W, but it's a V. Anyway, so we're going back and forth. I have to get my glasses and magnifying glass. Those tracking numbers are like this big. And so I get, my roommate involved, and I'm like, all right, you call these out to me while I type them in. Well, so we typed into her the tracking number with a dot in between each number so like she could read it real clear and in capital letters and all that stuff. Send her the tracking number again, and then she comes back. Well, okay, so now I sent her that tracking number again, and then I sent her a message explaining that when I sent it to her the first time, I was in my car. I didn't have my glasses. It could have been anything, sorry, LOL. I sent like an emoji of me laughing because if anybody has reading glasses, you understand that there's no way that you can read a receipt number in your car like that, that tracking number. Like, I mean, I don't know. I might have sent the wrong number, So I'm like trying to explain to her, like, I didn't have my glasses. I could have sent you anything. I'm sorry, but here's the picture of the tracking number. Here's the tracking number. We're trying to do everything to make sure that she can get this tracking number, which personally, I don't know why she needs so badly because I just mailed it yesterday. Right? Things don't just start moving immediately. I've tracked packages in the past when they're like, oh, it's supposed to be there in 4 weeks, and around the 3 week mark, I'll start trying to track it to find out where it is and how long it's going to take before it gets to me. But I don't start that like minute one. You know what I mean? Like I was like, God, I mean, she's not supposed to get it till Wednesday. Today's Sunday, for Pete's sake. So then I go about my business. I'm like, okay, she has the tracking number. Everything's good. Like, I'm going to go back to my life. And so I go in the kitchen and I start doing some things. And I come out here to the studio because I did that little project last night where I did the paint pour and I wanted to see how it turned out. And I wanted to clean up in here. And then I went back inside and did some more things. And then I go back over to my phone. Do y'all carry your phone around with you? Because I don't. I never have anything on that has pockets. Like I always wear, what do you call it? Spandex. I don't, there's never, I don't have pockets. Okay. So I don't just normally carry my phone around with me. And if it weren't for social media, I most of the time don't even know where my phone is. Anybody that knows me can tell you, I mean, I'm always here. If you want to reach me, you can just show up. I'm here. But I don't always have my phone with me. And I don't always check my phone. I'm like not one of those phone people that's always like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I don't have a buttload of friends. I don't have a business. I'm not going to work right now. I have no reason to talk to anyone, unless it's like, talking to one of my friends or something. And then they know me, so they'll send me a text or something to see if I'm around. If I don't respond, then they know she ain't by her phone. I'm already getting worked up, but we're just about to get there and you're going to see why. I'm not lighting cigarette after cigarette. They just keep going out because I keep talking. So I go do all that cleaning stuff this morning. I come back to my phone to a series of messages. And one of which is like, I'm getting like, there's so many of them. I'm just trying to like scroll and get the impression of why I'm getting so many. And then I run across the one saying, if you don't answer me right now, I'm going to get a hold of Instagram, Facebook, PayPal. And, like the best thing you can do is respond and like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, what the crap is going on? And so I look at the phone and I'm like, she's saying the tracking number doesn't work. And I'm telling my roommate, like, I don't know what the tracking number doesn't work. How does the tracking number not work? I don't know how the tracking number doesn't work. I don't work at UPS. I'm an artist. So, but what I don't like is that these messages are coming in rapidly and they're threatening me right from the get-go. And then there's like a series of like snide is what I would call them. Like when I told her, that I couldn't see the tracking number because of my glasses, she sent that to PayPal saying she sent me some story about how she couldn't read this imaginary tracking number. Like, so already my character's already being attacked, you know what I'm saying? And I'm already being threatened. Nothing has even been discussed, talked about. I mean, I just sent the dang thing hours ago. I mean, I can see if you had a small fit, if it was like Thursday morning and you were supposed to get your delivery on Wednesday, and Thursday you're like, I didn't get my delivery. I wonder what's going on. And then, proceed to do some checking. But right off the bat, I'm like thieving. She's threatening to call all these places. And I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? I painted paintings. I mailed 2 paintings, and now I have to deal with all of this because I sent somebody 2 paintings. Like what? I was getting so mad, and I mean, if you've watched any of my videos, I don't know if we've talked about this before. Temper can be like a little problem that I may have to deal with. And I'm all right as long as it's like, I don't know, I guess as long as you're not attacking me. And then she's saying things like, well, if you didn't have something to be guilty about, you wouldn't be mad. Are you kidding me? You're telling me that I made up a story that that I didn't have glasses on, that I just read, like I made up that whole story, I guess. I made up the story that I got the receipt in my hands. I ended up mailing her a picture of the entire receipt, which I didn't want to do because my credit card number and all that is on there because I paid for the shipping. So I'm like seriously getting so mad that my whole body is shaking. The adrenaline is going through me. And and he's like, calm down. And I'm like, this lady is threatening me. She's threatening to call all of these platforms. Like, I don't even want to get into something like that. I shouldn't have to be dealing with something like that when I have not scammed somebody. Like, if you've done something to somebody, I can see where you should have to pay for it. But if you haven't done something to somebody and then they just start coming at you with all this, like, y'all. So we tried ourselves to, look up the tracking number, and it's saying that it doesn't exist. Now, on my end, I have the truth behind me. I know I was at that store. He knows I was at that store. The UPS guy knows I was at that store. The lady who was in front of me talking for like 10 minutes before I got waited on knows I was at that store. I'm sure they have cameras to prove that I was at that store. I have a receipt to prove that I was at that store. Like, how do you make up a UPS receipt? Do people actually do that? I mean, how do you watch my social media and see that I am on here every day doing social media after I've done college, and you think that I'm just sitting around making up tracking numbers or making up receipts, or I somehow have the capability of duplicating a UPS receipt? Like, seriously? I'm sure there's people in the world that do that. But if you have any sense in you, can you not read people? Can you not read character? Is there not anything that 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 you watch somebody repeatedly, you can't grasp from that any sort of character? You can't get that I'm an honest person. I, out of all the people in the world, seem to be a scammer to you. I come on here and tell you about my whole life, and now I'm a scammer. Yo, I'm trying to calm down. So anyway, the tracking number is not working, and like I said, I don't know why. I don't work at UPS. So the store number, the phone number of the store that I went to is on there. So we call the number, and it's not open today because it's Sunday. I mean, like, to start my Sunday out like this, my day of rest, I was literally listening to sermons while I was cleaning the kitchen when these messages were coming in. Like, seriously? Thank God I was listening to sermons, because what if I didn't get my sermons this morning? What if I didn't? Y'all, when I tell you that I have to listen to multiple sermons every day in the morning to get through a day, I'm not kidding. So, I'm getting worked up. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but this lady is relentless with coming in with these nasty messages, nasty accusations. And even when I told her about the what did I say? And she said, she just got so nasty about it. Oh, I told her, like, look, I don't even have the money from PayPal because I haven't had PayPal for so long, and my bank changed names. My bank changed routing numbers. So even though my account number stayed the same, the routing number's not the same. So I had to go with PayPal all over again. So they have to check my bank account by putting 50 cents in there and taking it out, and blah, 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 and all that crap. Well, the last time that I called, which was on Friday, they had not yet uh done the thing where they put the money in and take it out. And I was going to check Saturday, but I was in college all day. I didn't have time to. So I don't even know if PayPal has checked the account yet, but for sure it's not in my bank account because they're not going to do anything until I say, okay, yeah, it's been checked. I have to type to them what they deposited and what they withdrew. And I don't know what that is until I talk to my bank. So I don't have any money in my bank from what the lady sent me. It's still at PayPal. So while I'm checking all these text messages that are coming in, I get two messages from PayPal. She's already sent messages to PayPal saying that I did not send the paintings and that I made up some story about a tracking number. Oh my God, how I wish that store was open today. But it's not. I'm not going to be able to talk to them till tomorrow. So my roommate sees that, like, this is gonna get me. Like, this is gonna be my thing all day unless we get this worked out. So I sent her a message, and I told her at one point, after all of these long messages I was getting, I said, you need to calm down. And she sent me a message back like, don't you tell me to calm down. If you tell me to calm down one more time, and I only said it once because she needed to calm down because she was jumping from here all the way to the other side of the moon immediately for no reason. So, anyway, I'm like, I told her, look, I have witnesses. You know, he was standing right there when I sent the paintings. The UPS guy knows I sent the paintings. I have the receipt that I sent the paintings. I paid on my credit card that I sent the paintings. I mean, you're going to get the paintings on Wednesday. And I said, are you going to apologize to me on Wednesday? Because I didn't deserve any of this. Now, if you're, the whole lesson of this is don't jump to conclusions and then make up a whole story about who I am and the words that come out of my mouth and saying like that they're just all, I don't know, like lies. She didn't say that word, but that's what you're saying. If you're saying the words that coming out of my mouth are not true, then you're saying that I'm lying. And anybody that knows me knows that I don't do that. I am known as being the most honest person in town. People don't ask me stuff if they don't want me to tell the truth. I get in trouble for telling the truth too much. I get in trouble for being blunt. I never get in trouble for lying. So I just wanted to let you all know out there, if you have like a tendency to jump to conclusions, please stop doing that. I mean, I thought about it and I'm a Libra, so I try to look at things from both sides. And I think, what would I think if I was this lady and what would I do if I was this lady? First of all, I wouldn't have had any kind of a freak out until Thursday. I would have waited because my painting's supposed to be there on Wednesday. She said it's going to be here on Wednesday. I don't know what's going on with the tracking number, but I would wait until Wednesday, especially if it's a person that I've been watching on social media. Like, you can see my videos going back every day. You can track my personal Facebook back to 2009. There's never anything anywhere about me doing anything to anybody. I mean, dear God. So, my roommate got on the phone and see, at some point early on in our conversation, she said to me like, can you quote that, can you read that text to me, the tracking number? And I was like, I don't have your phone number. Like, I can text it to you. Want me to type it to you? And she's like, yes, please. Well, later on, when I was doing the dishes or whatever I was doing in the kitchen, and she sent me that barrage of messages, way up at the top was her phone number. I didn't even see it. And the messages kept coming in, and I'm trying to type to her, and she's typing back, and it just, y'all know what I mean. Y'all been in these situations, something like this before, where you're typing back and forth, and just, and you miss messages until you go back and look. And he's like, just call her. And I'm like, I don't have her dang phone number. But when I went back and I was checking through, because she's like, I never threatened you. And I'm like, the very first thing you did was threaten me. Like, if you want to try to figure this thing out, we're both Christians, let's figure this thing out. But if you come at me immediately threatening me, it's probably not going to turn out good for anybody. Like, why would you think that that's a good way to start something? So anyway, he called her, and he's in a business where he deals with people on the phone all the time. I am like way too like, I can't do what do you call that, politically correct. I'm not good at it. And she already had me so riled up. I was literally shaking. I was so mad. How am I supposed to talk to this person on the phone and, be nice and calm and be Christian while I'm losing it? So he talked to her. They had a wonderful conversation. He called the main UPS store, and because this has not been put into the system, a truck has not picked it up, because they were obviously closing, because like, he let an employee go when I was there. Like, she already like, bye, have a good weekend. She was already gone. So I'm sure he was next. and they were just closing shop and I was the last one. So my package probably got put right on the floor. That number is not going to become active until the truck comes, picks it up, and scans it. Then you'll be able to see that that number is actually a good number. But in the meantime, it's just sitting there, okay? Till Monday, till tomorrow, till whenever they open up and pick up that package. So they got it all worked out, and she sent her apologies, and I accept her apologies. I just like, because I'm an honest person, I get, when I'm telling a story, I get, like emotionally involved in it. Phew. So tomorrow, we're calling the UPS store, the actual location where I dropped it off, to make sure that that package gets on its way and that the tracking number is now good and she can now track it. And Wednesday, she's going to get her paintings and probably feel bad because she went after me hard and quick for zero reason. So I just wanted to come on real quick. I have to do my Facebook live today, and I'm, not sure right this second what it is I'm going to do yet, because I really want to make some chicken and dumplings today, and show y'all how to do it like real quick and fast to where it tastes delicious and homemade, even though it's like kind of not in whatever. So maybe we'll do that for dinner, and then I don't know. I'm not sure what else to do. It's going to take me a couple more minutes to calm down, eat something, drink something, get my attention distracted. I mean, my character was attacked. I mean, I spend my whole life trying to always do the right thing and always honor what I'm going to say. And everybody that knows me knows if I tell you I'm going to be there at 5 o'clock, I'm going to be there at 5 o'clock. And if I'm not going to be there at 5 o'clock, I will text you ahead of time and tell you I'm running 5 minutes late. I'm running 3 minutes behind. I won't be there till 5:30. I am the most dependable person that I know. You can count on me for anything. So, any of you out there in the future, if you have any questions about me, or is this real? Will I actually send you a painting? My God, I mean, I can't even believe that people can actually contemplate the fact that I would sit over here and paint paintings and then pretend to mail them to you. Like, what is that? I mean, it doesn't really matter because people don't believe you anyway, It's like, and I blame that on the way that people are. There's a saying, if your husband comes home and suddenly accuses you of cheating on him, he's probably cheating. Like, what is going on when you just come at me with all these accusations? It makes me wonder about you. Like, because there's nothing that I've done that should make you even consider or think for 1 minute that I would do anything to get over on you. I would starve to death before I screwed somebody. There is no way in this lifetime that I would be like that. So, believe it or don't believe it. If you have any sort of street sense, or, I don't know, common sense, or, I don't know, watch some things on personalities, or do some research on how liars behave, or tricks or tales, or something like that. Um, because I've done all that stuff, I've read all that stuff, I've researched all that stuff. I'm into oh, I've reached my maximum limit. Okay.